All right, thanks a lot, Tiff. Well, finally, no more rotten Cheerios on the floor. An automaker has just invented the very first minivan ever with the built-in vacuum. Now you can get rid of cereal on the mats without any quarters at the car wash. How about that? That's just one exciting thing being showcased this year at a big auto show in New York. And here with all the flashy details is Micah Muzio. He's managing editor for Kelly BlueBook. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's an exciting time out here at the auto show. You would think, okay, here we are in a sea of cars, like it's going to be some sort of high performance thing that has gotten everybody's attention. But you're exactly right. A vacuum in a minivan seems to be winning everybody's hearts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why somebody hasn't thought of it before. A vacuum in a minivan is perfect.
It makes perfect sense. You're absolutely right. You know, the best ideas are the ones where it's like, oh, of course. Yesterday I was over at the checking out the new Honda Odyssey is the one we're talking about. It's been refreshed for 2014, and you know, this vacuum cleaner is just dominating all the headlines. Now, the thing is, they've refreshed the car, so they've updated the front end. The interior has been updated. They've got some really great safety features, but this vacuum cleaner, which is synced up with the people from ShopVac, is incredible. It's got a long 10-foot hose, so you can vacuum out the entire interior. You can even drag it over to the other car parked in your garage and vacuum that out too. And in fact, I was vacuuming up Fruit Loops yesterday. It's remarkably effective.
I want that. Okay, so one of the things I've heard is that there's this new trend in styling. So does that relate also to even like the family sedan?
Yeah, that couldn't be a more perfect segue to the car I'm literally standing in front of right now. I'm touching it, the Mazda 6. You talk about styling, and you know, this is one of the most evocative designs in the mid-size category. And what's so impressive now is that, you know, buyers have these options where, okay, here's a mid-size sedan, I need something to haul around my family, but you don't have to sacrifice style or performance. You know, 184 horsepower engine, you know, so it's got good pickup. And the most impressive thing is up to 38 miles per gallon on the freeway, and kind of tying it all together. That styling, you know, it's important to you know, add some passion visually to the vehicles, but also aerodynamics are hugely important to getting those fuel economy numbers. So, you know, the Mazda 6 is a really good example of how to do all those things right.
Well, Micah, it seems like there's kind of this conflict between wanting, you know, economy as it relates to fuel, but then on the flip side, people want good performance out of their car. Are a lot of the automakers kind of trying to balance that and give people both?
Yeah, and that's a really interesting point, which is that most manufacturers are succeeding at that actually pretty well. You know, power is increasing and economy is increasing. One of the big things that's helping facilitate that is pulling weight out of the cars. So as you walk around here, a lot of the manufacturers are talking about making their cars lighter. In fact, I was looking at a Range Rover Sport yesterday that is 800 pounds lighter than the model it replaces, which is a staggering amount of mass to throw away. So yeah, that's one way that you can really hit those numbers that you need to.
Well, I bet one thing that's cool for you, and I always think this about auto shows, is it's kind of a look into the future. I mean, you're seeing 2014 models, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a ton of new models. One new one, Mitsubishi Mirage, talking about the improved fuel economy. 44 miles per gallon on the freeway with the Mirage. It's this kind of cute little city car thing, but it's not too cutesy. What's impressive is that they're hitting those fuel economy numbers, and it's not a hybrid. It's just a regular gasoline-powered car. But yeah, so that's coming up. That's a 2014 model. We also saw the 2014 Hyundai Equus, which is a big full-size luxury car that competes with the Audi A8 and the BMW 7 Series. But again, that's going to be coming to market in 2013 as a 2014 model. You know, refreshed. And what's impressive about this too, by the way, $10,000 less than most of its competitors, but it's right there competitive with them in terms of luxury appointments and performance.
You obviously know what you're talking about as it relates to cars, but this is a fun weekend for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for a car person or even just somebody who is interested in looking at what their next car might be, this is a great place to come. You know, not everything here is off in the future. I'm standing on the Mazda stand, and the Mazda 6 is actually in dealerships now. So if you want to check out a lot of the cars that you see here at the auto show, you can certainly do that. Or if you can't fly to New York and check things out here in person, I suggest heading over to kbb.com. Kelly BlueBook has a ton of great information, full coverage of the auto show. We'd love to have you. So kbb.com.
All right, sounds good, Micah. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.